feel?
we have here. I'm pretty good.
Good. Had a good week.
Had a good week. Had a great weekend.
Excellent. We'll get to that later.
To Sydney. But
Big smoke.
And yourself?
Yes. Also quite fun. A little bit of partying, which is also always good, and catching up with some friends. So.
Locally?
Southern Highlands.
Oh, okay.
We'll adopt them today.
A country visit.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've got a big show today. Big show. Roy McConkey's on. Got some new music.
Oh, an interview with Brian.
With Brian.
Great.
Yes. And also Graham Gibson, who's involved in the Arts and Environment Forum.
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah,
Sort of blending of two very interesting sort of parts of society, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
Very sort of.
That's what we try and do on the
I'm
slam.
getting very serious, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah.
Lighten up, Michael.
Okay. That'll happen. We've got an hour to sort of do that.
I know. So look,
what else? We've got some new music apparently.
We do. We've got some music from Brothers of Matt, local Culburra band. Carla Lippis, who's playing at Nowra.
Carla Lippis and the
Martial Hearts.
Martial Hearts. It's tricky.
Kind of goes with our theme of the community centre on a Wednesday night.
Yes.
Taekwondo.
I don't know if you can hear the car revving up outside either. This is quite a noisy little studio here.
It can be.
Yeah. The centre of Century Point.
We are.
Happening.
It is all happening.
So lots of new music.
Yep. Definitely. Great. So, why don't we get on to the first track?
And that would be Carla Lippis, indeed.
Yes.
And the Martial Hearts. We have a track called Rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
Okay, bring it on.
The days are longer without a song to hope for. When will the lights turn up? My heart is aching for a man to breaking. My heart is aching. He said my words are like water. They could fit anymore.
and that was Carla Lippis and the Marshall Hearts with Rendezvous. Bit Nancy Sinatra.
I was going to say sort of a grown-up version of Lana Del Rey.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the similarity. She's playing it.
A bit happier than Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah.
It was good. We've got a couple more of hers that we can play in the next few shows just to hear what she's like. She's playing in Nowra on Thursday with her and the Marshall Hearts. So I'm gathering that there may be more than Carla. She's from Adelaide.
Unless she has a Marshall Heart.
She could.
Yeah, although it's plural.
Yeah.
I think we're getting too deep into this.
Maybe.
I'll be along Thursday night. That's a great song.
Yeah, I reckon it's great. It's 4:36 and you're on The Slam with Vanessa and Michael.
So what's been happening, Vanessa?
Oh, well, I did say I had been up to the Highlands on the weekend. Did a bit of partying up there with a good friend of mine, so I had a really good time. She lives on a potato farm, so that was pretty funny, checking out the veggies and the potatoes and the chickens. We missed out, unfortunately, on Jeff White and the Dirty Minstrels at Kangaroo Valley, but I've heard that was a really good gig also. Lots of people came out for that, so we've got some of Jeff White's music and the Dirty Minstrels music on the show later this afternoon, hopefully.
Oh, great.
Yeah, what did you do? You said you went to the Big Smoke.
Yeah, listen, I did go to Sydney, had a few things going on, a couple of parties and things, and also made a venture out to Cockatoo Island to check out the Biennale.
Oh, okay. What's going on out there?
Well, I didn't see much.
Oh.
I headed straight to a bar. It was like, Saturday in Sydney was like balmy 26 degrees.
Sparkling?
Yeah, so I saw a little bit of art, but that sort of wasn't the focus in the end.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I know.
Not that we're promoting alcohol.
No, not at all. I went to the bar and had a lemonade.
Yeah,
how about
good.
that?
Yeah,
but no, I saw a bit of art, not a lot. Apparently, though, whatever is out there in Cockatoo Island, it's fantastic. So it probably deserves a return visit.
Okay.
I think it's on for a couple of more weeks. But if anyone hasn't been up to Cockatoo Island out in the middle of the harbour there, I totally recommend it.
I think there was a Banksy exhibition there last year in November, so they must use it as an art space quite a lot.
Yeah, it's sort of warehousey sort of space, so very Banksy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
I heard back from Bob Mangan, the manager at Shoalhaven Entertainment Centre, and he gave a really good rap for the dance production that was...
Sydney Dance Company?
Yeah, Sydney Dance Company. If I just give you a little bit of rundown what he said.
Don't you, Vanessa?
He said, "Hi, Vanessa. The show sold very well, and given the genre, indeed, this genre needs time to build an audience base down here. That said, there were over 500 in the house. Well done, Shoalhaven." Which made the evening very special and a good night out for all who attended. The patrons absolutely loved it. They described it as exquisite. Indeed, the SEC was delighted to host such a beautiful production. We're looking forward to working with the Sydney Dance Company again, so that's great.
Fantastic.
And also, they put on their first supper after the show, which is at the entertainment centre.
Is that with the members of the Sydney Dance Company?
I don't think so. I think that was for the patrons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so coffee and cake after.
Have a couple of drinks. And
usually they
sandwiches with the dancers. In the green room.
Sorry?
In the green room?
Possibly. Often the performers at the entertainment centre will come out after the show and meet the crowd and sign autographs, sell merchandise, blah-de-blah. So you never know. They might have come out and done a couple of impromptu dances. Possibly.
Okay. Now, are we going to head into our first double slam, Vanessa?
Yeah, we are. And this is basically a preempt to our Culburra guest on the radio.
So this would be a Culburra double slam?
Absolutely. So first of all, we have Brothers of Matt, a Culburra band, two brothers that play together.
So what's the name mean, do you know?
Apparently it's their older brother.
Oh, okay.
So they've said, hey, well, what are we... we're Brothers of Matt.
He wasn't invited to join?
Well, maybe not. Maybe he does more of the, I don't know, promotion or lugging around their gear.
Older brothers.
He's the older brother, yeah. And then also we've got Roy McConkie with Flying So Low.
stone, seen everything. Yeah, my dream, I've 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 seen everything. I created the moon, I've conversated. I've been through time now where I stand. Back on land. I'm the mirror when down those sands of time. We met before, girl, you were mine. Yeah, 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 yeah. I see everything in my dream. I see everything in my dream. I see everything in my dream. I see everything.
And that was Flying So Low by Roy McConkie. And just before that, we had Dreams, brother of Matt, a local Culburra band, double slam Culburra style, Michael.
How good was that?
Fabulous. They breed them good out there.
Indeed.
They do.
Now, listen, we're very, very lucky to have on the phone Brian McLeod from Roy McConkey. Brian, you there?
Yes, I am. How you going?
Oh, good, mate. How you doing?
I'm going well, thank you.
Hey,
Good.
Brian, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Well, really well, really well.
That's great.
Recovered from Darwin?
Yeah, it was had a good time up there, so heading back up there in August.
Okay.
Oh, great. So, Brian, what's the Roy McConkey story? Give us a bit of a
Roy
background.
Well, we've been together about 14 years now. We're a Darwin band from the Northern Territory, and we've always been based up there. I now live in Culburra, and the singer now lives in Melbourne, but we still are firmly Darwin-based and go up there and play gigs quite often. And we had a couple of EPs out over the huge longevity of us, and we have a new album coming out in the end of August.
So, Brian, you had your song, was it Sleep Tonight?
Yep.
Did that win the People's Choice Awards in Northern Territory?
Yeah, it won the People's Choice Awards for the NT Music Awards and the Best Rock Song.
Well done.
Yeah, so we got two.
That's amazing. So, what happens now? You're doing some gigs up there, or?
Yeah, we've got a bit of a break this month. Everyone has real jobs that they've got to do and everything. And then we're heading back in August for a couple of gigs throughout August and early September as well.
So we'll see you here in the will we see you here in the Shoalhaven?
Hopefully, once the album's out in the end of August, later on in the year, beginning of next year, hopefully we'll be able to do a bit of a little mini tour style thing.
Great.
That's pretty exciting, an album
wait.
coming out.
Yes, it is. A full album, which is really good. We've only ever had EPs out before, so we're quite happy with this. We work with a great producer in Brisbane.
Right.
And we originally just went to do an EP, and we were so happy with the process and what he came up with that we did 5 more songs to make it a full album.
Fabulous.
Wow.
So when are we going to get that, Brian?
Vanessa's just a little bit pushy.
No, well, you've met me before. You know what I'm like.
Yeah. I know. I think last time I met you, was it your boyfriend tried to steal all my CDs?
Oh, no. There's a story to that, and next time I speak to you, I'll give you the last part of that. He's actually listening if you'd like to shout out to him.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Yeah. No, I think it was a misunderstanding.
I know.
Moving right along, Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
Listen, Brian, I'm curious as to how a band like that operates with people in different states.
Yeah, surprisingly it works really well. The singer, John, and Daryl, the guitarist, and I have been, I guess, in bands for a lot longer than 14 years. I've known the singer since we were 3, so we've got a bit of a history. And the 3 of us work amazingly well together. And then Fletcher's a new drummer of about 7 years, so he's the newest member, and he's fitted in great. So we have these massive breaks where we don't jam or anything, but we get back together, head down to a gig or something like that, and we just seem to pull it all together.
Amazing. And how would you describe your style of music?
I guess alternative rock, very 90s, a lot of people say, and I guess that's showing our age as the band members, but yeah, a lot of our influences come from the 90s.
From what I can sense, though, your music also seems to have got a bit softer. Is that a bit...
Yeah, well, I guess it's to be a bit more radio-friendly.
Yeah.
We really worked with this new producer on sort of getting a good sound that we like and reworking a lot of the songs. Some of the songs, I guess, maybe weren't good enough quality for the radio and things like that. So it was great having a new pair of ears to have a listen and, give us a few pointers and everything like that.
Fantastic.
So we sort of, ended up with this a lot sort of softer album than, what we've previously done.
So, Brian, we are looking forward, mate, to some Roy McConkey gigs down here in the Shoalhaven, so please try and organise some if you can when that album gets released.
Yep.
And, hey?
It would be good.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. We'd love it down here. So, mate, listen, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Mate, if you'd like to just forward announce your next song.
Yeah, this is our song called Great Divide off our new coming album, Amanda Issues. This is hopefully going to be our next single.
Fantastic. Thanks, Brian.
No worries.
difficult to see the cracks in our design. And would you walk a mile just to see the sunshine from across this great divide? From across this great divide, I need someone to wake me, baby. If you'd only try, just how long will it take me to get to the other side? I need you to love me from across this great divide, from across this great divide. Such a wicked life we lead, full of insincerity, crooked smiles and crocodile teeth for the weak and unwary. Would you walk a mile just to say another good mile, stretching from this great divide? I need someone to wake me, baby. If you'd only try, just how long will it take me to get to the other side? I need you to love me from across this great divide, from across this great divide. Whoa, when the wheels keep on turning in a world that is on fire, our love keeps on burning higher and higher. Come on, move a little closer, and we can waste a little time. I promise I'll be yours, you'll be mine. I need someone to wake me, baby. If you'd only try, just how long will it take me to get to the other side? I need you to love me from across this great divide, from across this great divide. Oh, I never saw it coming. Oh, I never saw it coming. Oh, I never saw it coming.
That was Roy McConkie, Great Divide. A great interview there from Brian, and really do hope that he sort of makes it down to this part of the world.
Yeah, he's so nice.
Yeah, you're tuned to 92.7 FM with The Slam with Vanessa and Michael. It's just gone 4:55 and 51 seconds, 52 seconds, 53 seconds.
Not too long to
No.
go. Till 5 o'clock.
No, that's a good point. Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up for us.
Thanks. Well, yeah, you can contact us on the slam at bbcri.com.au if you would like to give us any feedback, promote your events, send us some new music.
Send the music, yeah.
Yeah, any music, we'll pretty much play it. It has to be original.
And also if you want to find out about the music we've played tonight or other events we've talked about.
Yeah, we can point you in the right direction, definitely.
So what's happening?
This weekend,
Yes.
lots lots as always. First of all, we've got Carla Lippis and the Martial Arts. They're playing at, or she is there, or she.
And the
is-
Hearts.
And the Hearts.
Yeah.
They're playing at Nowra tomorrow night. Friday night, we have Cero at Berry, mate of yours.
He is actually. He's a lad from Shoalhaven Heads, guitarist, singer.
Okay.
Soon to be a songwriter, I think. Yeah.
Right. Ricky Lynch, Greenwell Point. Tenacious DJ at Kiama. The Goyles at Vincentia Golfi. The Shuffle Boys, Christmas in July, Ulladulla.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, bit of plum pudding, pork,
Bonbons and
bonbons,
yeah.
tinsel, all that.
Go the turkey.
Yeah, maybe they'll have a visit from Santa.
Oh, we digress.
Oh, we do.
Moving right along, Vanessa.
Sorry. Saturday, Absolutely Fab are at Greenwell Point. I really must go and check that band out and see what they're all about. Beatle Magic at Kiama. So that's possibly a Beatles cover band. Funk House, one of our favourites down here. They're in Bowral this weekend. Jive House at Greenwell Point. Los Pajeros at Milton. So haven't seen them in the gigs sort of in the paper. So something to go and see.
Something new in the paper.
Something new. And Milton, that venue's quite lovely. Macca, I hope it's not the Macca, Macca on a Sunday morning.
He plays a uke or a guitar
he
or
actually
something?
plays. He's a singer-songwriter, and
multi-talented.
poet.
Oh, those ABC DJs.
He's out there.
Not like us, are they?
No,
Struggling on the uke.
Can't even string a song
I
together.
can do a couple of G minor and C major chords.
Oh, look, I think, Michael, you sort of, you give away less than what you actually can do. I'm really confused now. Mick on Wheels in Ulladulla, Quinny at Giroa, Short and Horny at Bomaderry. Now, I'll talk about them a little bit later.
Yes. Shortly.
Spice Fruit Chutney to go with the Christmas in July gig on Friday night. They're at down at Bateman's Bay. Stella Duo, another Christmas in July. Geez, everyone's getting on board at Vincentia Golfi. And the Incidentals in Sussex. Sunday, Frankie's Italian Night at Ulladulla. Impact One at Basin Country Club. That's Life at Kiama.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, but there's also some other gigs on.
There are some other gigs. What else have you got?
Well, Short and Horny.
Oh, here we go, back to Short and Horny.
Yeah, now they're playing at Bomaderry on Saturday night. They're a rock and roll outfit. They're jazz musicians, and
There's a bit of a dichotomy.
It is.
Jazz musicians playing rock and roll.
I reckon it'd be fabulous.
Okay.
So Ron, if people out there know these musicians, Ron Bannerman, Alex Wasson, Neil Lendrum, Phil Swain, Dennis Lynch and Scott Jackson. So they're going to be playing Elvis, Bill Haley and Johnny O'Keefe. How much fun would that be?
Pretty good.
Yeah, good rock and roll night out, bit of dancing on the dance floor in Bomaderry. Yeah. You're going to see something at Shoalhaven Heads, aren't you?
There'd be a band called the Radiators.
Yeah, good old Aussie band.
Down memory lane.
They played at my high school.
Was that the 80s or 70s?
Oh, well, they played at my high school. They're an I'm
that
pretty
would have
sure
been
80s.
in the Shire.
Yes, let's not even go to the Shire and that shocking television show.
So the Radiators on the Heads, fantastic.
Yeah,
I think
that should be a good night.
I can't remember too much of their music though. I'm sure after I've probably had a couple of lemonades, I should be.
You'll remember.
Yeah.
You'll be transported back to Sutherland.
The Hurstville Civic Centre. In my case.
Well, I was going to say Sutherland Entertainment Centre for a police disco, but anyway, so. That should be good fun.
Yeah.
Shoalhaven Entertainment Centre. They've got some stuff coming up. Tom Burleson's coming. The McCliments are coming.
That'll be a great gig.
We might be actually getting the McCliments on the show. So, and then
maybe even getting them to perform in the studio.
Oh,
wouldn't that be a great one?
That'd be tops.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
I'm just trying to visualise how you'd squeeze them in here, but we'd give it a go.
We would.
Yeah.
And don't forget River Music this Friday night.
Yes, there's a girl called Kate Rowe, supported by Aaron Strickland. Now, he is from the Spooky Man's Choral, which I've seen a few times. They're fantastic. Saw them at the Kangaroo Valley Folk Festival a couple of times, and up in Sydney at the Vanguard. So,
Oh, gosh.
so they're great. So he's a member of that choral. I can't recall which one he is, but they're all pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be good.
And Kate Rowe was named 2010 Australian Singer-Songwriter from the of the year from the Australian Songwriter Association.
Tricky one to pronounce.
Look, it's like
a bit of alliteration.
A little bit of alliteration. I'm glad I don't have a lisp. Anyway, so shall we go to our next tracks?
And what might they be, Vanessa?
This double slam, another double slam for you this afternoon is Cardboard Charlie from Beth and Ben. Now, these guys are coming down to Tomarong Hall on the 10th of August. We've been really revving that gig up. Can't wait to go and see it now, and we're going to try to get Genevieve to come into the studio and do a live performance just before the gig, so that should be great. And that's off their Boarding Pass EP. And Back in Your Head, now this is Cameron Little's single, and he'll be playing in Nowra on the 2nd of August.
Now,
and
Cameron is one of the brothers.
It seems that way.
I think he's a younger brother too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, that was an interesting little find there. So, another great Shoalhaven, the Slam, double slam.
Shall we play?
Why not?
My name is Cardboard Charlie, and I sit under sunny skies and starry nights in the corner of the garden. The grass is tall around my feet, pouring rain and searing heat become my burden. Now my spine is but a curve. Please don't tell me I deserve this kind of exile. My only shelter is this tree, but the damn thing has no leaves. You wonder why I never smile. You see me every day from your perch on the porch while you're smoking your cigarette. And I just got to say I would not have it any other way, 'cause it's me the world will not forget, will not forget. It's me the world will not forget. It's me the world will not forget. 'Cause I am Cardboard Charlie. My name is Cardboard Charlie, and I sit under clouds of black. The rain attacks. Ever try to break me, but I stand strong and tall enough. These elements are not the stuff that could forsake me. My name is Cardboard Charlie, and I sit alone under this tree until my burial. Daddy always used to say the pulp inside me is not great, but colourful material. Yeah, you see me every day from your perch on the porch while you're smoking your cigarette. And I just got to say I would not have it any other way, because it's me the world will not forget, will not forget. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's me the world will not forget. It's me the world will not forget. 'Cause I am Cardboard Charlie. I am Cardboard Charlie. Yeah, yeah, you see me every day from your perch on the porch while you're smoking your cigarette. And I just got to say I would not have it any other way, again, 'cause I am Cardboard Charlie.
In our bed, repeat the words that I know we both said. Relax into the need, we get so comfortable. Remember when I was so strange and likable. I just want back in your head. I just want back in your head. I'm not unfaithful, but I'll stay. When I get a little scared, get a little scared, when I get a little, when I jerk away from holding hands with you. I know these habits hurt important parts of you. Remember when I was sweet and unexplainable. Nothing like this person unlovable. I just want back in your head. I just want back in your head. I'm not unfaithful, but I'll stay. Scared, when I get a little scared, when I get a little scared, when I get a little run, 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 oh, run, 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 run. I just want back in your head. I just want back in your head. I'm not unfaithful, but I'll stay. I'm not unfaithful, but I'll stay. I'm not unfaithful, but I'll stay. I'm not unfaithful, but I'll stay.
And that was Back in Your Head, a single from Cameron Little. And before that, we had Cardboard Charlie from Beth and Ben. You're on 92.7 Bay and Basin FM. You're with Vanessa and Michael, and you're on the Slam.
Now, Vanessa, we're very fortunate to have on the phone Graham Gibson, who's been working with a new forum that's been set up in Shoalhaven called the Art and Environment Forum. Graham, you there?
Yes, hello, I am.
How are you, Graham?
Hey, Graham.
Good, thank you. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
So, Graham, can you give us a bit of an indication of what the forum is about?
Okay, well, it's about linking art and environment. It's put on by Shoalhaven Land Care Association, who have got some funding from the Commonwealth Government for a long-term project in the Shoalhaven. But art, essentially, in all its different forms, whether performing or visual, environment has always provided inspiration for the arts, whether performing arts or visual arts, and whether it's dance, song, poetry, writing, sculpture, painting, whatever. Environment provides inspiration. By putting the two together more formally than has happened in the past, and we're not talking about putting straitjackets on things when I say more formally, but providing greater opportunities for art and environment to come together, what we'll hope to get is sort of different ways of looking at things, different conversations that people will have, and different outcomes. Those outcomes will probably be unknown, but with more people involved, the chances of greater success for art and artists themselves and for the environment are enhanced.
Right. We've actually noticed that since we started the show, Graham, that the more we delve into it, the more art and artists we're finding in the Shoalhaven. It just seems that this area does really promote and inspire a lot of people in those areas, and it's obviously just due to, a lot of it must be due to the beauty of the place we live in.
Absolutely, and I go to the occasional art opening and exhibition throughout the Shoalhaven, and much of it's focused on the coastal environment that we're in. But you also find artists who have taken themselves off to Central Australia and come back with their interpretation of an entirely different landscape.
I have to say,
it's all there.
Now, Graham, I actually had the pleasure of, as a sort of an amateur artist, just being involved in the Bomaderry Creek art competition just recently.
Good. Yep.
Bit of a pat in the back. I won the People's Choice Award there. But no, can I say that was a fantastic opportunity, I think, there to see the two the marriage between arts and entertainment and arts and environment.
Yep.
Worked wonderfully well, and it was really, I guess, quite inspirational to see how both communities work together.
Well, exactly, and those sorts of things have been happening for a long time, like the Bomaderry Creek Art Exhibition. Here in Huskisson, where I live, the Lady Denman Museum has a World Environment Day every year, a festival every year, which has major art aspects to it. Berry Landcare have an art fest event every year, and I think this year coming up in August, I think is their 6th year of an environmental art festival. And those sorts of things have been happening throughout the Shoalhaven and around the country really for a very long time. And what we're really talking about is building on those activities, enhancing them where we can, learning from them, making stronger collaborative links, and for the benefit of art and for the environment itself. When I talk about artists, it's performing artists and visual artists. And when we talk about environment, that's scientists, it's researchers, it's teachers, and it's a vast number of environmental volunteers we have around the Shoalhaven who work on land care and bush care projects and whale watching and whale rescue and native animal rescue and those sorts of programs. Vast numbers of people there.
And the actual forum itself, how does that work, Graham?
Well, this is the second forum. We had one at the beginning of May with 35 people along, and at that forum, the initial forum, all we did was say that we want to establish an agenda for art and the environment, and what we did was focus on people's ideas, and of the 35 people, we had people working in sort of small groups on ideas that they'd come up with, which included things like performance and festivals, but also, exploring what it is that we can achieve through collaboration and how we might be able to embed collaborative approaches into programs. So rather than perhaps relying on chance that artists and environment people will get together, sort of entrenching it to make it a necessary or a regular part of their work. And we had, it was, apart from that collaborative approach, it was people looking at what can we learn from history, in particular Indigenous history and their sense of place, Indigenous people's sense of place. It was about creating opportunities for expressing environmental issues through the arts. There was access for youth. There was a whole range of different interests that people had that we worked on that evening. So in a couple of weeks' time, on Tuesday, the 7th of August, we're going to go one step further with that, refine those ideas that people had, and see what can be done to start putting something in place.
That's great. That's great, Graham. So if people that are listening this evening want to sort of find out a little bit more, they can obviously contact the Slam at the Slam927 at bbcri.com.au. Is there any other ways to sort of find out a little bit more about the forum?
Well, it's on Tuesday the 7th of August at the University of Wollongong campus in West Nowra. People can come from 6. We'll start at 6:30. There'll be finger food available for something to nibble on from 6, and we'll start at 6:30, finish at 8:30. Probably the best way for the minute is for people to contact me, and if I just give you my phone number.
Yeah, that's fine, of course.
441
Yep.
8885. There'll be some information going on a website shortly, but it's just not there at the minute.
Okay, so that's coming.
Yep,
great.
Very soon.
Excellent.
Well, listen, Graham, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
But before you go, we'd just sort of like to also just ask you on a totally different issue about your book you've just launched.
Oh, yes, well, that is an entirely different issue indeed. It's a book I wrote, and it's called Beyond Fear and Loathing, Local Politics at Work. And it's sort of my interpretation and my experience of local government, local politics, local democracy, community activism, as I personally experienced it here in the Shoalhaven a few years ago. I've written the book from a perspective of my experience, but the sorts of things that I talk about are the sorts of things that happen everywhere. It's not just limited to the Shoalhaven. And I did it for a number of reasons. Primarily, I think, the fact that I think most people don't have very much understanding of local government and how it affects their lives on a daily basis. And local government is really much more important than people give it regard for. And I also talk in the book about different ways of people being represented in local government and a more participatory form of local democracy, if you like.
Great, that's great. And you've got a book launch on or not a book launch,
it's just a book talk.
A book talk.
Yeah, at Nowra Library on Friday this week at 6 o'clock.
So get on down there, everyone, and meet Graham and have a look at the book and hopefully, purchase the book also. So
Okay.
thanks again, Graham. We'll definitely keep promoting the Art and Environment Forum up until the 7th of August for you. And, hopefully some of our Slam listeners will get down there and participate.
Great, thank you very much.
Thanks, great to talk to you, Graham.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So now we have the Gordon Navarra Connection, Michael. They're playing in Tomarong in the next few months. This song is called Let Love Lead.
Here we go.
Freedom to sing what we wanna say, freedom to bring what we wanna
Well, tuned to 92.7 FM, The Slam with Vanessa and Michael. It's just gone 5:21.
Graham's got a really great initiative there, I think. So, yeah, hopefully a lot of people will start participating in that. Once the word starts getting around, I think.
Oh, yeah, and it's a great spot. I mean, Shoalhaven is the perfect place for it.
It's amazing.
Well, it's got a great art community already.
Yeah, already.
And a really good sort of passion for the environment. So marry the two together, bing, you know.
And anything that sort of promotes more festivals and stuff like that, I'm loving.
Absolutely.
So what's on in the arts, Michael, this week?
There's a couple of things happening. We mentioned last week about the extraordinary Shoalhaven Arts Society that is having their 47th annual open exhibition. It's 47 years.
Longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, I won't comment on that. But that should be amazing. So I think the official opening is on Friday, the 27th of July. I'm sure there'll be sort of finger food and what have you there to celebrate that. And for those who have entered, I was just having a look at the prize categories. There's some serious money up there.
Oh.
By the way, it's also at the Shoalhaven City Arts Centre, in case you wanted to work that.
I was going to ask.
That might help.
It could.
So too late, obviously, to get an entry into that. But
that's a shame.
All the best for those who have entered the competition.
Yep. Next year, Michael, budding artist.
Who knows?
Yeah. Might sort of top your Bomaderry Art Prize People's Choice Award.
Yeah, another organisation in the Shoalhaven goes by the abbreviation of the ADFAS. Kind of complicated. Doesn't sort of roll off the tongue, does it?
Sort of like the Australian Defence Force.
Well, it sort of sounds a bit like it, but it isn't. It's completely unrelated. Unless there's a sort of bit of subterfuge there. Maybe it's a front for some sort of spurious organisation.
Let's not go there.
No,
that's governmental stuff.
This is the Association of Australian Decorative and Fine Arts Societies. They've got things happening every month. And a curious sort of presentation lecture on the 19th of July. So that's tomorrow night, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Up at the Berry School of Arts. It's called I'm a Genius.
Oh, well, perfect for you.
Yeah. I sort of placed that so that I was the one that had announced it's not Vanessa. But
it's not very nice.
No, it's not very nice, is it?
No.
Well, we know that it's not the case.
You don't know what I've dealt with today, Michael. I am a genius.
You are actually. I tell you, if anyone out there, seriously, in the listening world would sort of see what's going on inside the studio, it's sort of a nightmare when I'm on the decks, which is what I am tonight.
I was talking about my other life.
Well, this is life alone, Vanessa, I tell you.
Anyway,
so much easier.
Not about us.
Anyway, digressing as we do, blah, blah, blah. I'm a Genius, which is about artistic identity and the changing status of artists.
Wow.
Sounds a bit sort of...
heavy,
intellectual. Should be terrific, and it's presented by Jerry Pulby, who's got a BA in Honours and a Master's, so obviously knows what they're talking about.
Great.
So
get on down and see that one.
Berry School Arts at 7:30 on the 19th.
Awesome.
What have you got?
I've heard that there's a new permanent exhibition down at the Lady Denman. It's called The Junkin Boat. That's apparently the opening of that exhibition was a week or so ago. So get on down there. That's permanent, so it's not going anywhere. Just a couple of mentions about what also is coming up in the future. Narra Players have a new... they do this apparently every year. It's called Can't Stop the Serenity, and it's actually, they screen the movie Serenity. It's Joss Whedon's film, and it's to raise funds and awareness to support Equality Now, which is a organisation that work for the protection and promotions of human rights of women around the world. So that one's on the 3rd of August at Narra Players. So contact the theatre, and I'm sure you can start buying. Yeah, I'm just reading the promo. Theatre tickets are $15, and they're available from a few places in Nowra.
That'd be a great night.
It should be. That's an interesting one, that one. As I was talking about before, festivals are coming up, and once we get over this...
festival season? Probably.
I can't wait. So excited.
Get
rid of winter. And Kangaroo Valley Folk Fest is coming up in October. Skate Fest in Milton is in September, I think. Kidgy Rich, now that's a secret
Isn't it
one.
the sort of hush-hush?
Shh, not telling anybody. That's at the end of October. So lots of things to do. Sandfly Film Festival.
I think they've asked for entries for the competition, so
Now open.
get those in. I
That's
think
their
that
third year, apparently.
yeah, and that's out in I think that's sort of in November that they have the actual festival.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I don't know what the actual theme of it is. Usually for the short films, they have something that you have to include in the short film. Isn't that right?
I think a bit like
Trot Fest.
Like Trot Fest.
Yeah.
maybe since we haven't really, let's face it, we haven't done anything yet in the arts community ourselves other than talk about it.
We could do a little short film.
Little short film?
I'm actually quite renowned for my short films.
Well, there you go.
Done a few.
I've done a couple too.
You've seen a couple.
I
I've
have
seen
seen
a couple
it.
of yours.
All nice,
All
of
right.
course. Yeah, not
of
bad.
course. No,
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty much a wrap up of what's in the arts. Have you got anything else, Michael?
I think that's enough.
That's it.
I think.
Okay, so let's
Again, if anyone wants to find out more, how can they do that, Vanessa?
contact us on theslam927@bbcri.com.au. That is our email address. Please email us. Let us know what you think. Promote your events. Send us some music.
Beautiful.
And if you do want to know where to go,
So to speak.
yeah, you can always contact
Indeed.
us also.
Okay, track coming up.
Last track for the evening is our last secret Jeff White and the Minstrels.
What do you mean
Dirty
by that?
Minstrels. Well, these are actually haven't been released yet. Stu sent them
Is this
to
another
me.
world premiere?
Another one.
Second one tonight.
I know. We're so
Tell you,
good.
it's, at the forefront, cutting
Well,
edge of
actually,
Shoalhaven Radio.
Jeff White and the Dirty Minstrels are good. We aren't. So
Oh,
this.
come on now.
So this is Blues in My Pocket, and another non-release by Jeff White and the Dirty Minstrels. I'm sure they'll be releasing it shortly.
So tell me where have you been? And tell me what have you seen? When you're diving into your stream, do you feel revitalized? Who's in your pocket and a whole lot of change? I wonder if this deck will ever rearrange. Who's in your pocket and a whole lot of change on the floor? So tell me, where are you now?
was a fantastic track by Jeff White and the Dirty Minstrels. You're tuned to 92.7 FM with Vanessa and Michael on the Slam. It's just crept past 5:30, 5:31.
We'll get a black mark on our hand now.
Again. Pretty much every week, isn't it?
No, we're the good students.
Hey.
Just keep giving apples to the radio manager and we'll be right.
Sure he's listening to you.
Well, if you are, I hope you're getting better
What a great
soon.
show.
He's not well tonight,
Isn't he?
so shout out to Brad. He's not feeling the best apparently, so yeah.
No, it's not good at all.
No.
Maybe some of that lemon tea or something.
Honey and
sip.
lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What a great show.
I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pat on the back to you, Michael. Just remembering.
Thanks, Vanessa.
That's okay.
But great to have Brian and also
Yeah,
Graham.
Graham and some new music from some more
Some great
Shoalhaven,
new music.
fabulous local talent. And remembering we will be having Genevieve Chadwick here. We've lined it up. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But hopefully she'll be in the studio. Live performance. Our first live performance.
And hopefully the first of many.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I guess we should say goodbye.
Okay. Ciao. Have a
Goodbye.
good week.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.